Twitch at least. Okay. It started again. And we're back. Okay. Let me move a few things around real quick. Okay. So, pretty much got everything that I want to get in its proper place. What I'm gonna do here is to simply hide certain parts of the first image. Mostly it's gonna be the circle in the middle. Let me get that done. Oops, small. The selection is actually small. Doing a circle selection without using lasso tools is kinda weird, but it's fine. Should be. Okay. That much should be enough. I need to... Hold on. Only need to mask one image, not both. Okay. So this should be all I need to get, right? Okay. So what I need to do now is basically take those two images and pretty much trace the shapes. Something else I noticed, it's kind of off. We have 3 lines on each side, but they're not spaced correctly on this corner. So what I need to do is to... I might... This is kind of a hard decision to make. I can make it as straight as I can make it. So I might like use vector-based tools to make sure that everything is centered and proper and everything. But at the same time, I can... I don't know. I can technically not do that and transfer this to my iPad and draw on top of those lines to keep the inconsistencies. Because if it's not perfect, it's gonna look more natural. But if it's perfect, it should be easier to use later on and easier to make overall. That's the thing. Also, I might adjust the size of this thing a little bit, because I'm looking at the edges, and if I make it a certain way, it should be... This actually looks more correct. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it this way. Let me get rid of the guides real quick to be able to see everything. Don't interruptions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it this way. So I'm gonna transfer this circle, keep it part of this border, have those corners in, and transfer this shape in the middle. You know what? Let me try something real quick. Technically, I have my drone tablet connected, so I might as well try to use it. Just need to move a few things around the disk. Grab an extra cable. That's why I need way too many USB ports. Literally have to unplug stuff to plug other stuff in. Alright. I have the drone tablet plugged in. Yes, it is. Okay. Need to adjust the settings. Since I'm using two screens, I need to actually map the tablet area to only the screen that I'm using for work. Screen area, okay. Monitor 1. Yep, that should be correct. This should do. Okay. So I'm gonna need a new layer. Let me grab a brush. So let me, okay. It's not drawing. What do I need? I need a color. Okay, that's correct. That's 200%. It's black. I would like to have it as white. Yes, now it's drawing. Gonna just quickly remove this, put a new one. I want the basic ones and give me drawn on low resolution canvas, so I can just use 16 maybe a little less. 8 should do. Okay. Stabilize. Okay. Need pressure sensitivity too. Yep, that works. Okay. Let's do this one by one. This is gonna take a little bit of time, but I think it's gonna give me better results. Also, I need to get used to it again, because I usually use my iPad for drawing, and I'm using my iPad for something else right now. So I can basically use it for this. Okay. First of all, it's easier to draw diagonal lines with this approach. I need a line that goes from there to there. Let's see. That angle is easier. Okay. Like this. Yes, it is. It is easier. Okay. This is gonna take a while. A lot of Control Z, I guess. Need to get some more practice back into my strokes with this method, because they're not that great. Also, I need to make sure that the eraser is not that big. It's one hell of an eraser size. What did I just do? Oh, okay. Put that back where it belongs. Come on. Why is it not come back? Okay. Keep it where it is, I don't care. It's been a while and I'm out of practice and I want to get this one done, so I'm not gonna care too much. Okay. A bit more steady strokes, maybe. Oh, you know what? On the stabilizer a little bit, because I know for a fact that would drag behind. Okay, that one is good. That one was also good. Okay. And I know that this line goes this way, like that. Don't need to make a lot of effort to make sure that every embossing is in its place, because technically it's not gonna show up that much in the 3D model. Just need the general shape of things. Okay, it's fine. Try to enable the touchback. Okay, gestures wouldn't work as I expect them though. Some brush strokes are easier in one side than the other, I guess. Okay. I should touch that part, so that's fine. Let me close some of these gaps. That one, that one. I don't know about that side that much. This side doesn't look right. Yeah, doing it this way might take some time actually. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I don't know. It's not that visible in terms of the resolution. So I technically don't know what those shapes are. I'm trying to get them as close as humanly possible, I guess. Thankfully, they don't need to be perfect. They need to only be close enough. Come on. Give me the curve that I want. Okay. That one should be sweater. Should be fine. Okay. Good enough. Good enough, I say. Okay. Yeah, going back from drone tablet with a screen to a drone tablet without screen is quite the hassle, not gonna lie. Good enough. Could be addressed in another time. Yeah, pressure sensitivity is not that great on this tablet. And I think I know why. Need to increase one of the settings real quick because it's bothering me way too much. That would be, let's see. Then I want this to be firm. Let me test it real quick. Between the I'll have to try it to see. This should do. Let's test real quick. Much better, actually. Way better, because I don't have to increase the pressure that much to get the thickness I want. Okay, cool. Oh, come on. Actually, turn this way. So I need to remove some of this. the hell? Good enough. Call it good enough. Why make things harder when you can just adjust the position of that? So I think I might want to increase the thickness of this line a bit. Okay. I think I will not be successful at making a longer stroke than what I did there. It's not gonna be straight. Not as straight as I want it to be. Especially at the top part of the screen. Okay, good enough. Need to stretch these to this point, I think. Come on. Okay. Hey man, how's it going? Get some tedious stuff out of the way. Also, okay, yeah, that makes sense. What do you mean? What do you actually mean? That sounded bad. Hopefully everything is going fine on your side. As that didn't sound good. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Things are going as good as they could be, I guess. Also, something have moved, I think. Yeah, this part moved. Should have been right there, I guess, I think. Let me put this in place real quick. Something like that should do. Since I'm trying to merge two designs into one, which is it's not simple to do. Okay. All good all things in the world should be fine by now, but oh well. This is the new Affinity app. It's I don't know if you know about Affinity Photo. The equivalent to Photoshop. It's a replacement software that was made by... So basically, Affinity Photo was a Photoshop replacement software. It was made by former developers that worked at Adobe. The thing about it is that this is not gonna be looking good. Okay, so the thing about it is that they made it so it would be close competitor to Photoshop, and at the same time it would be cheaper, right? So the first two versions of the software cost $100, and I mean a perpetual license, by the way. So you pay $100 for two pieces of software. One is replacing Illustrator and one is replacing Photoshop. And then a couple of days ago, they released a new version that is free. And the software is one piece of software that you download, and it has all the capabilities of the previous iteration of the suite itself. So you only download one piece of software and it does pretty much everything that Illustrator and Photoshop do. No, free, completely free. You just need to look up Affinity by Canva. The original devs... Yeah, the original devs of the software got... The original devs of this software got acquired by Canva. And I think you know that company. And it usually does make free creativity software suites. And they released this version of the software for free. And what they said is that they're gonna make their money from subscription fees. If you buy the subscription, the subscription gets you some AI features and some other like stuff that some people would use. But it would be like a good compromise because they give you the other features for free pretty much. So yeah, if you want to get the software and use it, it is free. Just look for the Affinity app on Google or any other search engine. It's basically the same deal as DaVinci Resolve. Basically, you can get the software free version and use it for 99% of the things that you want to do. And if you want to get extra stuff, you can just pay for it if you find yourself using the software for more of your work. I would assume 99% of the user base is gonna be using the free version. But I would still happily give some money for the devs, because it's actually a good piece of software. It pretty much does everything that Photoshop did. And even if you pay for it, it's still gonna be cheaper than 2 months of the Adobe subscription, I guess. So I think I need to... Yeah, we'll need to make something that looks like this side, but on this side. I think it's gotta be a good idea to give this one a try, since it's free. You don't have to pay for anything extra to use it. So you can try it out, see if you like it, and maybe you switch, at least you update to this one. I think... And since it replaces 2 pieces of software, it's gonna even like take less space on your system than using Photoshop and Illustrator at the same time. Technically, I don't think you would use Illustrator. I think. I don't know specifically, because most people would only need few things that... Ah, okay, fair enough. The difference is that Illustrator does vector-based graphics and Photoshop does pixel-based. But can you say... if you can name the anime, I would be impressed. Vectors are good for logos, branding, stuff like that, because you would need to export, let's say you do a logo. You would want to have it in multiple resolutions at the same time. So if you use vectors, you can do it once, design it once, and you can export to any resolution you want. This song is... Let me remember. Of course. I think I have a link for the anime. I don't remember the name specifically. At least the version I know, because I know. I think I. Let me just check real quick. Because here it's written in Japanese, but I know it in English. Just need to remember what it was. It's I wouldn't describe it as a mech anime, but it's kinda is. Because technically they fight with dolls that they control, but the dolls are mechanical. Let's see. One of the things that are good about this anime is that they No, I don't think so. No. The protagonist is the story of the anime is hard to explain, actually. Okay, here's the English name. I'm gonna type it in the chat. That's the English name. from what I remember, it was one season, like 13 episodes. It didn't. The ending of the anime leaves the impression that there should be a second season, but they didn't make a second season, from what I remember. Then the storyline wasn't bad. The premise of this, yeah, the premise was actually not bad. I think there are like other enemies that are connected to it, but I don't remember specifically what they were. But I like the music. The music was very good. And it seems that the artist that made the opening actually made everything, like all the music. She made all the music for the anime, including the opening and the ending. And she voiced the dolls, which is kind of weird. She did voice the dolls, which was kind of weird because the noises they made weren't something that you would expect someone to voice, or maybe they use software to produce the voices, but she actually voiced them. Okay. Come on. These details are kinda hard to follow. I will have to do some tweaking after I finish transferring what I'm seeing, because I'm not sure this is gonna look correct if I transfer it to the 3D model. We will see. We will see. Should be coming from there, going there, this way. After this, I've started on the model for the enemy. Actually, I did some work on it a couple of weeks back, but I just made some sculpture that I need to clean up before I start working on the actual game model. So after I make this book, we'll have to get back to work on that part, and then I'm gonna start working on the actual map of the game, the 3D models for the buildings and such. Yes, something looks a bit off. Yeah, this part is kind of off. It's not completely straight. And that should do it for now. Okay. Should be 2 lines on this side, but this is the confusing part. Over here, it was a line that goes this way. So, okay, so this top line should follow this line. So I just need to make an extra line here now. What I'm thinking of doing is to actually copy parts of this, of the top part of the motif, and transfer it to the bottom part. Tweak it a bit. Indeed it is. And it also, I'm actually working. The original image of the book, it's on an angle, like with the perspective shift. So it's not as simple as just copying it from the image. I have to edit it. Yeah, I had to edit the perspective a bit. So this is not linked. Should be complete line from top to bottom. So that should be the top part. I need something like this, but on this side. You know what? We copy this real quick. Okay. Now I can give it a mask. In this mask, what I need to do, yes, I need to hide this one first. Okay. Invert the mask. Come on. Oh. Okay. Hold up. Should be able to invert the mask by... Yeah, it's not doing it. Why? Cancel that, okay. You know what? Let me put that to the top real quick. Should be able to flip this. Interesting. The shortcut is not working for some reason. Well, let me try something real quick. Okay. And if I use the bucket tool, where's the back tool even? Fill tool, okay. Oh, yeah, of course it would be that way. Need, yes, black. It did fill it with black, okay. Now put that there, and then I'm gonna need brush, and I'm gonna need to make it fully white. I can just draw over the section. Come on, draw over this section. Okay. And now what I can do is to... This is gonna look a bit weird. I'm on this side. Okay. Then I need to take this whole thing. Let's see, can I flip specific layer? Should be possible, right? We make sure that it's the layer itself. It's not on the layer menu. It should be in the transform tool, right? Yeah, it should be, yes. Flip horizontal, and that should take care of that part. Yep. Just gonna move it a little bit and then merge it back. I'm gonna move it just a bit to the bottom, bit to the up. Okay, now I can just apply this. If I remember correctly, I can just let's do rasterization like a normal one. Then I can... I'm gonna keep it separate for now. I will merge it when I'm done with everything. Okay. So here's the big decision. Should I... Some of the bottom motif is not the same actually. Some of it is not really the same. Okay, let's do this one separately. But before that, let me try to work on this circle very quick. Which is gonna be pain in the ass, but should work. Oh yeah. Technically, if I was drawing on my iPad, like looking at the screen while moving the pen, it would be easier. But right now, I'm trying to make a circle while I'm looking at the screen, but my hand is moving in totally different frame. Also, it doesn't help that this part is out. Yeah, using drone tablets that don't have screens is actually a skill that needs to be learned. It's not intuitive at all. Also, the training material that Wacom provides to tell you how to use the tablet gives you one instruction regarding to learn how to move the pen. I'm using it for something else right now. Like right now, it's doing something else, so it's out of commission, I would say. Yeah, if I was able to use it right now, I would, but I can't. But it's not that bad, because I don't need this to be like super perfect. Just need it to look a little bit closer to what the model should be. Because this is just a mask that I'm gonna use to transfer this into a 3D model. Transfer this, those shapes. So it doesn't, they don't need to be perfect. I can always fix it later. Did you watch Call of the Night? Or at least, well, I know that you don't read manga, so I wouldn't ask about the manga, but did you watch the anime? That one too, huh? You missed on one of the more fun vampire stories in anime. They actually managed to do a vampire story that is not your typical vampire tropes. You needed the action, you needed the spice. Well, I would say you have missed on the second season. That I wouldn't want to spoil it, but man, the second season has some action. It has a lot of yapping, but it has some good action too. Yeah, it's not your typical way of telling a story in anime, since they don't focus a lot on it. That anime is actually supposed to be slice of life, but they had to put some action in it because it's vampires. Why not? Also, the story is kind of interesting in terms of how they treated the vampire weaknesses. Well, the main character is. It's technically one of the main characteristics of of that character. He had to be monotone, at least for the first part of the storyline. Because the idea was to show his character development. Because how I would say it, for him to turn into a vampire, he has to fall in love with the vampire that is gonna turn him, but the dude doesn't know how to fall in love because he has like that monotone personality. And the story is to follow his progression of trying to figure out how he can improve on himself. And I think by the second season they actually hit the nail perfectly. Yeah, sometimes those stories are not the ones to get into immediately. They're not made for you to get all the details from the get-go. You need to spend some time on the story to actually know what the creator wanted to convey. That's why I said it's not your typical vampire story, because they approached it in a totally different way than the usual tropes. Can you tell where this music from? Here's the important question. Did you watch Frieren or did you just skip it? Because if you watched Frieren, you would know this song. You did what? You dropped it? Or you watched it? Yeah, I think my straight strokes have improved. Yeah, you should know the music then. This is literally out of the soundtrack of the anime. I know your issue now. You really don't like the slice of life stuff. If it's in the anime that might have some action in it. Or you don't like the yapping. One of the two. Man, I don't know how different we are in the taste, but I didn't find the Frieren anime to be boring at all, like at any point. Because even the small stuff in the slow episodes actually meant something in terms of the storyline. Yeah, so technically it's part of the... Oh, it is. It technically nailed the old 90s anime style, and like even the animation was super good. Okay. The thing is, usually when I watch anime, I try to... what I'm gonna say is gonna sound a little bit funny, but even the anime that I mark as dropped in my anime list, I actually watch to completion. And it's not because it's waste of my time to do that. Is that if I'm gonna hate on something, I would rather hate on it while knowing it from head to toe, instead of just hate on it because I just watch a little bit of it and I hated that part. If you're gonna do something, do it to completion. That's my policy, at least. Goes for anime or video games or even movies. Although if it's a video game and it's extra long, I wouldn't. Exactly. Because there's the thing. There are few anime that I watch and like quite a lot, but it's mostly hated by most people. Yeah, in terms of, if you say it wasn't for me, that is... there are a lot of... I'm pretty much sure that you didn't watch most of the ones that I like, but are majorly disliked by other people. Because they are in the category of trash anime. It's my guilty pleasure, I guess. I can give you a list, but it's gonna be a long list. The point that I was trying to make is that if you say it's not your thing, yeah, that's acceptable, because you didn't shit on it, but at the same time you conveyed the idea that you didn't like it, which make people say, hey, he didn't want to waste the time. That's fine. But if you get into an argument about something and you shit on it so much, but you didn't watch it. Yeah, true. But again, there's one aspect to it, like in my case, at least. Because even if something that I didn't like, I watched the completion to know specifically why I didn't like it. What was wrong about it? Because if I'm thinking from my professional perspective, knowing what makes things bad for me, like in my case, would make me know how to stay away from those things specifically. If it's a storyline thing, if it's an animation thing, if it's something like that. I will have to compile a list for you, because it's gonna be a long list. One that is 99%. Let me just think about what I'm gonna say, because if I gotta say it wrong, it's gonna... Not gonna lie to you, that would be challenging. Just give me a second, at least at this point, because I'm focused on way too many things. Just give me a second. Give me my mouse. Because some of the anime that I watched, and I know for a fact that not a lot of people would like them, have some weird names. And some of them I know the English name, but then not the Japanese name. And some of them I know the Japanese name, but I don't know the English name. And depending on the people that I'm talking to, they might know one name and don't know the other name, and yeah, it gets complicated. Yeah, I will have to look up the list. I can't just start naming things at the top of my head, especially while I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing right now. But it's a long list. When I say to you the list, you're gonna realize that it is an actual long list. What did I usually think it's liked by people, but as soon as I mention it, people, I will send you a whole list, not just few picks. But one that as I was saying, one that I think that people like, but I realize that not a lot of people that I know would like it is Bleach. And that one is a surprise for me, because I like Bleach quite a lot. But as soon as I mention it to anyone that I know, most of them would say, nah, I didn't like it, or I didn't watch it, or I did skip it. Which is kind of weird, because that anime was fun. It was good. Yeah. And here's the funny thing. I watched all the episode. I didn't skip any episode, even the what people would consider fillers. But in the case of Bleach specifically, I don't see those episodes as filler because they serve a purpose. But again, if you know about the creator of Bleach, you would know that even the filler episodes, he had an involvement into making them. They weren't made by the anime studio themselves, not like what happened in Naruto, for example. Z zoom, and when I do Control Z, but I miss the control button, switch the tool. I will have to address that. Here's a quick question. I bet all my money on you not knowing what this song is from, in terms of what anime it is. Pretty sure, I'm pretty sure know that you don't know the anime. I'll be right back, okay. Need to remap the zoom button, the zoom shortcut. It's making me mad. You know what? Let me do that right now. Let me save this. Let's see. Okay. If I go to edit settings, shortcuts, Let me remove the shortcut from the zoom, because that one is S. Yes, not that. Tools, yes. Z, or Z. What is it? Okay, here we go. Remove that. The brush tool. Yeah, it's B. Weird. Anyway, I got rid of the zoom shortcut, so at least I will not have to deal with that part. Bleach music. My kind of music. Yep, that went back. Yeah, that should do. Let's do the other side real quick. Scandal, right? Yeah, that's the band. Should be the 14th opening of Bleach. Come on. Head to the man. It's way too annoying. It's already 7 o'clock. Interesting. Okay, that should do. Yeah, it's daylight saving on your side. Okay, let me bring it up real quick, just Yeah, give me a second. I will bring it back and you tell me. Let's see. Good thing I'm using Apple Music, since I can bring up the history. Okay, this one. Do you know that song? Pretty much sure you don't know the anime that the song comes from. I would be impressed if you know the show. I knew it. Nope, it's straight out of the soundtrack of the anime I will be talking about. The anime called Metallic Rouge. Rouge is red in French. Bruh. Stop. That anime has all the action that you would like. All of it. Action, sci-fi, mechs, stuff like that. It was released last year, I think. 2024, yeah. It's not an old one, but it's a very good one. It is cool. Because the thing is, I think every battle, every character in the anime, in every battle has its own battle music that would start to intensify as the fight goes on. This one is for the main character, of course. They changed the music as if it was a video game, not an anime, which was the interesting part. Oh yeah. The only thing that I didn't like about it is that the pacing of the episodes was kind of rough at the start, because the pacing was that it was the anime was made for 24 to 40. Technically, I don't even consider that rating to be correct most of the time, because there's a lot of people that usually rate an anime without finishing the thing, and that's my point for like finishing the anime that I even drop. Because if I'm gonna rate something, I would better like rate it for all its pros and cons, not just by watching a couple of episodes and dropping a rating. Yes, exactly. But the show was, when you start to watch it, you would think it was made for like a one season, like one go to finish the whole story. But yeah, true. Or IGN. And IGN managed to and not just like that. Even if they play it, it's mostly journalists, and you know the skill level of those guys. Can grab a toddler and give it the game, and most games that I like, if I go to the IGN page, I would find that they rated them like at a 6, 5, stuff like that. One good example, the new Battlefield game. It's not the perfect game, but it's way better than the earlier ones, like 5. Well, I wouldn't say 5 is not bad, but which 2048, the recent one before Battlefield 6, they gave that one somewhat of a good rating, but they gave Battlefield 6 like 5, I think, which is kind of weird because Battlefield 6 is actually quite of a good game if you compare it to the other ones. Yeah. A lot of games that are coming from Asia, they would get like low rating regardless. If you're gonna go to have a look, they gave Stellar Blade some bogus rating out of nowhere. They gave Code Vein also like some bogus rating. They gave I think, what was it? The Wukong game. That one was actually hard. That game was properly like intense and hard, and yet didn't deserve the rating that they gave it. Should be enough for that corner. To consider that some of the details is gonna be done in the 3D model, not from the mask. Really done, at least with this version of the mask. If it was a Black Bible, I would be violent in TOS in every meaning of the word. How's it going, man? How's the Friday? How's work? Come on. And it should be fine. Yeah, Friday, I would assume Friday would be busy for you. A lot of people that are trying to get their meds on time on Friday. Gonna be a lot of people. For some reason, a lot of people will only remember to get their meds at the end of the week. I might as well at this point. Okay, let's see. Only need to do the corners. Corners are not gonna be easy. Also, I need to grab this one. Let's see. Make a copy of this one. Let's do... Oh, yeah. Forget. Can do it here. I'm gonna grab this one. Come on. But you know what? I think I know what's going on. Yeah, I'll move over to select. Transform. Flame. I thought I removed that. Okay, I'm gonna click on the element so it doesn't swap on me. Flip it horizontally. And let's move it here. Yeah, see, it's kind of crooked this on this side. We'll have to do. Can just adjust the line. Let's see if I can do it right now. Okay, let me this and remove this line. Should be good enough. Not that one, so it must be this one, yes. Okay. Move this one a little bit like that. Okay, should be fine. Just that should be fine. Should be enough. Let me look at it without the images in the background. That should do. That should do. We'll need some cleanup, but it should do. Oh, it's part of this. Forgot. Okay. Still didn't do everything. I just need to make sure that I have what I need to have done. So I have the full border. I think I need the final borderline, the dark one. And I need to do the corners and then the shape in the middle. That's it. And I can go back to Blender and transfer those details into the model. I might have forgot a few things, couple of things. This one, for instance, so if you go down here, that should be like that. Maybe it's some filling there. I elected to do this by hand just to make sure that keep the imperfections, which is kind of weird to say, but that's what I want to do. I want to have the imperfections, and you're gonna see why in a bit. Okay, that should do. That's fine. I guess you're going to get dinner, right? 'Cause it's about time. I'm gonna have to go make dinner as soon as I end stream later. It's funny that I get more hungry in the winter time than the summertime. Ooh, movie night. What are you watching? What is it gonna be? Both of them are good movies. No way. No way didn't watch that before. No way. I think I've seen it before, yeah. I don't remember it that well though. I think I seen it I remember. When did I watched it with my brother. Yeah, I watched it with my brother. Don't know if I watched it when it came out. Let me see. I might be mistaken it for another movie. Let me just check. Cause I know the name. It's yeah, that's the one, yeah. That's the one. It's about the dog, yeah. Yeah, that's the one, I think I watched it I think I watched it when it dropped. Yeah, I watched it when I dropped because what I remember is that my brother told me to watch it with him. But I don't remember the movie for some reason. I might have not enjoyed it that much. That's why I didn't remember it. But I know that it was good because what I remember is that when I was done watching the movie, I remember that it wasn't that bad. I enjoyed the time watching it, but I don't know why I'm blanking on the details of that thing. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not remembering that much. But I remember that I watched it with my brother. Although, Viva Vendetta though, I watched that shit a long time ago, and then I watched it the day the Queen died. He's older than me by 2 years. I actually have two brothers. I'm talking about the older one. My younger brother is younger than me by 8 years. Not of 3 brothers. Middle one of 5 brothers. I see. Because I have my older brother. I'm the second oldest. So my older brother is older than me by 2 years. Than me. Then my other sister, she's younger than me by 6 years. Then my other brother, he's younger than me by 8 years. And then, good God, my little sister is like... Yeah, my little sister is like... Let me calculate this correctly, because it's a long... Yeah, 5. Yeah, 12 years. My youngest sister is 12 years younger than me. Yeah. And she grew up fast. Good God. Every time I go to visit the family, she make me feel old all the time. But again, I'm Unk status for real. You're gonna enjoy Viva for Vendetta if you're gonna watch that, because that's the better one out of the two. Oh, see, my God, C was the reason I found my favorite book, actually. Yeah, like parts of the premise of C were based upon things, or at least things that have been described in the book Wealth of Nation. Like some economic trends that they used in the anime to portray the story. They took the descriptions of those trends from the Wealth of Nation book. They literally the song is called the Wealth of Nations. They called it they called it based on the book too. But I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like the Wealth of Nation as a book. It's the most boring type book that you would ever read. But I like it because it has a lot of knowledge in it. And I like knowledge. Why? Is it broken or does it do that all the time? That's the question. Oh. So the disc is unbalanced. It's not rotating on its center perfectly. That might be the cause. If it's just the disc. Yeah, this one would have been warped to make noises like that. Ooh, the song. Hopefully the player doesn't explode. That's what you need to be concerned about. I know of it, but I didn't watch it. I know the name at least. Let's see. Do I need to do more cleanup? The corners. Yeah, I need to make sure the corners are correct. Sorry, I will get back to the anime. Just give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about the corners. Ah, all of it then. Is it translated or are you gonna have to do the subs? That's a long ass anime. Oh, so you're gonna have to. You're gonna have okay, phone call. You're gonna have your work cut out for you if you're gonna do the subs. Okay, let's do this way. Believe the corners are not gonna be super visible, but would like to give them some unique look. Let's do something like that. Should be fine. Okay, another one, and top one, couple to the side. After I do the cleanup, I will have to recenter the image. I bet you're not, because it's gonna take you a lot of time to do it. And it's good that they have put that song into Code Vein. One was good to listen to. Cut her some slack. Okay, let's see. I want to merge selected. Yes. I would check it to her age. The age is gonna have a lot to do with that. Okay, I think this should do. Yeah, this should do nicely. Oh, it's not this. If it's a personality trait, it wouldn't change so easily. That's the thing. Before I do that, I forgot an important part that I wouldn't need the tablet for, so I'm gonna unplug it. Oh, come on, don't say that about your mother. Don't say that about your mother, man. That's not nice. Even if it's true, just don't say it about your mother. Don't know about other cultures, but here you would better be. It must wait. Laserdiscs are constant speed, right? Because if a disk is constant speed, oh yeah, that would be the case then. If the reading head is, I think if it's to the outside of the disk, it should slow down. Okay, let's color in every place that I want the elevation to not be that harsh. So, it should do. Actually, let me put this to 4 pixels. Should be fine. So I'm doing this with my mouse. In a mask like this, if you don't want the transition to be harsh between parts of the image, Should always add some grayscale. And I'm gonna have to blur this later to give it more of an easier transition. Okay, this part. Okay, Jenna. Bleach again. Man, I spent most of 2012 watching Bleach. Well, most of that summer at least. Welcome back. Welcome back. You didn't miss much. Let's see. Need to finish a couple of these things and then I can go back to Blender. It's about time. I spent like 2 hours on this. But those 2 hours is gonna save me a lot of time later on. So, should be fine. So if I can... Yeah, if it's a constant velocity, the speed shouldn't change, right? If the speed doesn't change... Oh, okay. Did put this in a different layer for some reason. Changes based on the diameter of the part of the disk that it's reading, right? But it tried to keep constant speed of the reading head. Because one of them should keep the same disk speed regardless of the location of the read head, and the other one should keep the read head at constant speed depending on what part of the disk is reading. So it's gonna speed up and slow down the disk based to keep the read speed the same for the head. Yeah, that's what should happen, at least from what I understand about the tech. Okay, I think I'm done with this part, so let's do... hold up. It should be Ctrl-Shift-E, yes. And then I can hide everything. This, I can select this and blur it. Not that one. Should be... Oh, no. It should be under this. Filters, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's do... Yeah, because the speed doesn't change. If the speed doesn't change, it's gonna sound loud across the whole playback time. Okay, so we blur this, and the blurring would make it smoother later in 3D. So now I can grab this and do export PNG, export it tethered. Okay, I'm done with this part. Let me grab Blender real quick. If I remember correctly, this is the ending, the song for the ending of the first part of the first season. I like the animation for the ending. It was made, it was a clay animation. It looked good. Okay, dimensions of a book. This is gonna be important. A4 paper should be 21 centimeter by 27 point something centimeters, right? In that case, let me... Oh, send the reference. Of course it is. Okay. So I need this. I'm gonna start with the dimension for okay. Before I even do that, let me go to scene, go to units, and change this from meters to centimeters so I can change things without trying to convert everything in my head. We are talking about X and Y. I'm gonna keep Y at 21, X 27, and Z is gonna be, let's say the book would be 3.5 centimeters. So this should be the same dimensions as an A4 piece of paper, and I think it looks appropriate enough for size of the actual book. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do, a couple of things. Let me grab edges, let's bevel these, and I want the bevel to be, actually let's do a percentage. Why is not... Oh yeah, forgot. Because the object doesn't have correct scale. Okay. Now it should have correct scale. Now, if I do that again, it should work correctly now. Yes, it does. Let's give it... No. Hold up. What the hell am I doing? Hey, MJ. The book? Honestly, I don't know what the content of the book are. Actually, it's kind of funny, but I really don't know it. Let's see. I want... the thing is, the book is part of the I wouldn't say the lore, but the book is part of the cover of the game. So I need to make it. only thing that I want to make sure that I do correctly is the dimensions. Dimensions are very important. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna have that like that. Let me select faces. Let's do these 3. Then I'm gonna sub them real quick. Make the cover. Should be enough. I'm gonna extrude based on the normals. Not that much, just a little bit. And that's a book. At least that's a basic shape of a book. Let's do that. Let's apply the smoothing. Very nice book. Gonna select similar. Sharpness. Gonna edge crease them to the max. Also, I'm gonna have to crease those corners, as if I don't, what I'm trying to do wouldn't work correctly. Okay, crease these edges. Very good. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna make a copy of this. Then to the copy, I add subdivision surface. I'm gonna hide the original. Give it 4. Good. Now it has more polygons than the original. And then let me just check first. Okay, it would show only wireframe. I need to apply it. Now if I do this, it shows me the actual poly count. Okay. And now what I want to do is to go here, go to remesh, adjust this to be 0.01, expose, don't need the attributes, remesh that thing. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of time, of course. This operation would take a lot of time to finish, especially at that high of a resolution. What I'm trying to do here is to distribute the polygons evenly across the surface of the object. It's still not done. It's trying to crash. Gonna need to give it some time. Come on, Blender, you can do it. You can do it. You can figure it out. You're a big boy. You can handle this. Good God, I'm nearly... Okay. Yeah, it nearly crashed my PC because it nearly took more than 32 gigs of RAM. But it's obvious why. Let me show you. Here's the polygon density right now. That's how much resolution I... Ooh, you discovered the grease pencil. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna give it 0.2. That's a lot of polygons. Grease pencil is actually very cool. You can use it to... Yeah, you can. The feature was added, I think it was added in Blender 3.2. The thing is that it's... Most people use it for animations, to make 3D animation look hand-drawn. But I believe it's gonna be better used for artists that want to draw correct perspective without a lot of hassle, because they can just use 3D models to prepare everything and put it in its place, then draw the initial sketch with grease pencil, and then they can render that, export it to whatever app they use for drawing, and they can use that as the base. Okay, I think this is an appropriate amount of polygons that I would need for this. Okay, now, why is it placed this way? Okay, you know what, I'm gonna rotate this book real quick. Please? Chill. Okay. Let's put it this way. What I want to do, I think I need the sculpt tools, yes. And I want to, don't want to paint, I want to stamp. Obviously, I don't use Blender for sculpting that much, because I use my iPad for sculpting, but of course my iPad is used for something else right now. Let's see. I can use a mask, but does the mask allow me to use stencil? I need to know how to project the stencil. You know what? Why am I wasting time looking manually? Let me look it up real quick. So all I need to do is to project the mask that I just made. Okay. Okay, let's look at the quick video then, since the documentation doesn't show the thing that I want to do. Okay, let's see. What modifier was that? Okay. Sculpt mode. Oh, it's the normal draw brush, okay. And he added the texture, okay. Let me try this real quick. So it's the normal draw brush. Normal one, yes. Let me make sure I'm selecting the object itself. The object, draw brush, paintbrush, yes. Where are the options for it? That's the bigger question now. Hey Maria, I just looked at the YouTube chat. Welcome to the stream. What software are you talking about? Because I don't know when did you type this message. If it's like a recent one. If it's a recent one, this is Blender. And if you were watching earlier, it was the Affinity app. Where are the options for the brushes though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, apparently someone is watching on YouTube. Actually, I prefer the quality on YouTube in terms of these streams. You get better bitrate. Why is the properties for the brush on the same location? Let me just make sure that... Yeah, it should be in the correct place. Oh, okay, and it is. So what I need to do here is to, first of all, set this to front face, of course, because I'm gonna be stamping what I need to stamp, and then I need to import the image here. What I'm gonna do here is to grab... Actually, need a new image. Hold up. You wanted to learn animation. Yeah, to be fair, dropping into Blender for the first time is not easy, because a lot of things are not intuitive in terms of what they mean. Yeah, you're getting some messages from Twitch. But yeah. So yeah, if you want to start into like doing animations in Blender, I would recommend to go follow the beginner tutorials that you would find. The most famous one is gonna be the Donut by the Blender Guru. You would want to learn how to do modeling quickly, just to get used to the tools. And then you can try to find simple animation tutorials, because there's a difference between modeling and animation, of course. You can be a good animator, but you could lack the skills for modeling, and the same goes the other way around. You could be a good modeler, but you are not good with animations, since they are technically two separate jobs in any game or CGI studio. So let's see, where is it? We'll need to open an image. Gonna be the mask, and if I go here, that should be the image that I'm gonna draw it on, of course. Okay, it did draw. I need to make the size bigger. You are welcome to watch. Maybe try to use this as a way to know the software, maybe. Okay, I need to make sure that I don't have fall off. So I'm gonna set this to constant. Okay, so now I need to make sure that decrease the size of the image a bit, because it's bigger than the shape of the brush. Yeah, and I think Twitch is having a connection here. Let me just check. Yeah, I think Twitch just had a moment, because everything like on my screen have stopped. Okay, it should be fine now, right? Let's do 0.8 for all sides. Ooh, the other way around, 1.2. Let me copy this. Okay, now it should be smaller. Okay, that's way too much. 1.025. Hold up. Let's try this. Okay. Need... It depends on... Yeah, the music are quite good. The music is quite good for the games. Most ARC games are good with their music. I need a little bit more. 0.4. Also, if you're trying to get good at BlazBlue, you need to choose which title of the game you would want to train at, because they're not the same. Not the move sets, not the types of combos. They share the characters and the lore, but they don't share much more than that. I think I need to add a little bit more. There's a lot of tweaking here. Holy hell. Okay, perfect. Now I just need to... No problem, man. I need to... Technically, the book is way too tall. Way too tall. Because it should be... This should be perfect. Well, it's way too high in terms of the brush. You know what? Let me adjust the size of the book first, and then we can talk about the rest. To do that, I would like to actually have a copy of this. No problem, man. You can take your time doing anything. It's fine. As I was saying, if you want to get good at a fighting game, you need to pick which one first, and then you need to train. You need to play a lot of that game. And funny enough, you would like... what did you do? Did you use the training mode and train on how to do the combos, or did you play against others? Yeah, that, as I was saying, that would highly depend on which title you are trying to get good at, because there are some... Yeah, the combos... Yeah. The first BlazBlue game, the combos were not that hard. The second one, it's way harder than the first one. And the last one I played was Cross Tag, BlazBlue Cross Tag. And it had Persona characters and... The first one, okay. The first one was not that hard, like compared to other fighting games that I know. But you still need to learn the timing of moves to know how to do the combos like fully. It takes time. That's the big part about it. The best I was playing a fighting game was when I played the King of Fighters back in the day in the arcade. King of Fighters 2002 and 2003, I think. And in both cases, yeah, I pretty much spent a couple of years at least on and off the arcades to get good at, like, at least semi-decent at the game. And that's, like, wasting a lot of money and playing against other people from my school or against my brother when we go to the arcade together. But at one point, I remember that one of the arcade operators would kick me out because I pretty much put one coin in the machine and stay for hours with one coin. And of course, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to be losing a lot so they can make money. I get it. I get it. I'm hogging the machine and I'm winning with using only one coin, and that wouldn't make them money. So it's understandable in terms of the business. And also, that arcade wasn't that big. They only had, I think, 5 or 6 cabinets. And if I take one of them to myself playing without spending too much money. That's a lot. Like, that's a big loss in terms of the income for the day. So I don't blame them for it. Yeah, it's fine though. It's fine. Don't mind it that much. Let's see if I can crash Blender real quick. Okay. You know what? Why am I even doing this with the high poly version? Why am I being stupid right now? I literally have a lower res version. Man, Soul Calibur. To be honest, I didn't play any Soul Calibur game that much, but they were fun. Especially that Soul Calibur was the only fighting game that I played back in the day that had weapons. The only one that I would say it had a weapon was Tekken, because Yoshimitsu. Yeah, I played Soul Calibur on the PlayStation 2 back in the day. I'm gonna apply rotation, yes. Also, I'm gonna apply rotation for this one. Actually, I don't have to. For this one, let me adjust the height. Yeah, I will have to disable the snapping. Okay. I want this to be right around here. And this... Oh. Did a big oopsie. A huge oopsie, actually. Need to make sure that I have the X-ray on. Okay. That should be fine. And that should be fine. Cool. Now I will have the correct height for the book. Now I can get rid of this. I don't need it. I will have to do another copy just to have a clean one. Also, let's do this again. I want subdivision surface. At least 4. Apply this. Go here. 0.03. Convert it. Yep, great. Let me hide that one. Put this one in scope mode and do this again. Okay, I need a bigger brush than this. That's way too big. Just about right. Remove a bit of that size. That's what she said. Of course. Okay, now I need to decrease the strength. 0.3 should do. Yeah, that looks fantastic. I might want to decrease the height a little bit, but it should be fine. Okay, let's do the other side. These both need to be... Oh, actually, no, not that way. This way. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Back side. I need to turn the damn camera. You know what? I don't have to turn the damn camera, because what I can do is actually rotate the whole brush. Let's see. I can edit the image itself. Oops. Meant to do that. Let's do... Actually, let's do 180. Let's see. Should flip it, yes. So I need to make sure that the image isn't... The book has like the same orientation for both sides. And it does. And it actually does. Okay. Now at least this is done now. The 2 hours I spent on doing the mask paid off. What I need to do now is to do the corners, the corner pieces. I think I'm gonna model those. Yeah, I'm gonna model those actually. It would be way better than wasting the time to do it by hand. Okay. For that, what I'm gonna do actually is to import a new reference image. And I'm gonna import... Oh, actually, you know what? Before I do that, because I didn't export the image I used to line up the drawing, because I'm gonna use that to trace the shape of the corners. So let me do that real quick. Okay, it's this one. No, it's not that one. It's a different file. Let's do open recent. That one. Let me disable this. Enable these two. Okay. Let's do file export PNG. Yes. Let's do... Oh yeah. Well, I will understand that, because most of the soundtrack was based on R&B and rap. I think only this track is different. Okay. Put the reference, that's the reference. I need to select this one, fix the rotation, and fix the scaling. Let me do this way, Okay, mean I can scale it down while I can see what's behind it. Something like this. I'll have to hide this one. Yeah, that's the book. Those are the edges. And everything looks correct, actually. Okay, cool. I will only need to model the corners. I think I can model one of the corners here and one of the corners here and mirror it. That would make things easier. And for that, I'm gonna grab a plane. Let's move it here real quick. Actually, keep it. Gonna move the geometry, not the center of the mesh. Okay, want it to be wider than the actual thing. Okay, that should do. I think that should do. Okay, in this case, I will need to add some more geometry. Let's do a few cuts. Okay, that should be enough. Can I make this a little bit transparent? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm not in object mode. Okay. Let's see. Don't think I can. I don't know. Opacity, here it is. Yeah, because I don't want it to be super bright so I can keep track of the points that I'm trying to move around. One other thing, if I can remove the extra points on of the sides, it would be perfect. Yes, because I would like to have only points on the sides that I want to move around. Okay, let's put this here. Actually, let me do this side, so both sides would match in terms of the amount of points. Oh, I moved this one first, and I moved this one here, then I moved this one here, and now I can add points where I want to. It's easier to put this one here and then add what I need. And I will need 3. So 1 there, number of cuts, make it 2, and 1 here, number of cuts, make it 2. Now I can move these to what I need to. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 right there. Okay, I'm gonna add a couple more. 1 there and 1 there. And that should do. Okay. Now we have the basic geometry for the corner piece. Let's see. Side this one. Okay. Let me move this upwards. That's right there, and then I should be able to extrude it upwards. Not by much. That should be fine. Have fun, my guy. Have fun. Enjoy the movie. Hopefully you watch V for Vendetta, because that one is great. It's a great movie. You're gonna enjoy it. Oh, just wait until I'm done with it. Yeah, it would be a cool movie to watch, so I hope you find the time to watch it. Thank you. Okay, let me move these. Okay, it's 2 points. So I need to move these a little bit inside. That would be fine. Okay. That's a corner. Let's transfer the... Actually, let me have another look. Okay, I can... you know what? Actually, I can indeed bevel the corner a bit. Select that, do a bevel, small one. That should be fine. Let's do auto smooth, and let's do 45 maybe. Yeah, 45.5 should do. Should do nicely. Let me apply that real quick. And now I can do mirror to the Y side and then to the Z side. Okay, something is off. Oh, must be that the book is it's a bit... Yeah, the book is a bit taller. Me center the 2 halves visually, and then I can move them a bit. Can do this now, select that, move it up just a bit. That should be fine. Okay, have that. Now I need to make the other side. The other side near the spine is gonna be a tough one. But I can actually steal this. So let me do that actually. Steal that real quick, and I want to invert it to the other side. Should be on the X, right? No, scale on the X. Let's do -1. That should flip it. It's flipped. Now I can move it according to the reference. If I can actually. Oh, actually it's not that far off. Yeah. It's actually in place. Okay, so the only thing that I need to change is the curvature towards the spine. In that case, what I can do is to, if I go to edit the geometry, I can select, actually, I should select the top side, so I'm gonna remove everything. Let's do delete faces. That would keep only that. And now I need to figure out a way to curve this geometry. The easiest way to do that, it would be by using the cut tool. If I do cuts across this side like this, a bit of manual work would pay off later on, so I think it should be fine. Okay, and this one, then this one. Then let's do this one. Yep, that should be fine. Now I need to curve this. I can do it in one of two ways. Before that, let me enable clipping. Let's do it by hand, actually. That might be a fine way to do it. So, gonna just go through every point and drag it to the surface of the book, or at least as close as it needs to be. That should be fine there, and this should be fine right around there. Now I just need to do some cleanup like this. Yeah, that should be fine. Now I will need to do some extrusions to do the rest of the curvature. Actually, before I do that, let me move this out of the way just a bit. I should move up. Okay. Now, let's do some extrusions. Hopefully they're gonna be fine. Oh, actually, okay. I'm extruding the whole thing. Okay. I need to make sure because the line is black and I cannot see it clearly. Okay, one more extrude I think should be good. Yeah, that should be near the center, so the clipping should apply. Okay, I think that should be it. I'm gonna select everything and clear the sharp edges. Also, what the hell is this? So let me remove this. Dissolve edges. Make sure that there is no extra points that are not needed. All of it should be fine. Now I need to do the extrusions for the thickness. In that case, let me do it like this. Need to extrude along the normals. That should be fun. That should be fine. Now I can, in fact, oh, before I do that, let me make sure that the faces are facing the correct way. If I do face orientation, if it's red, that means it's flipped, and if it's flipped, I need to flip it back. Okay, now it's correct. Now we do it with the smoothing, and as I did earlier, I should be doing 45.5. Should make it look fine from all angles. Yes, it does. We apply this first, and I'm gonna apply that. Select all of this. Let's do let's join these. Okay, cool. Let's do, oh, these are flipped. Okay. Make sure to have everything correctly oriented, because if it's not, it's gonna cause me problems later. Okay, I think I'm good. The only thing that I need to do now is to do the same thing with the hard edges. So I'm gonna hide that. Enable the. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Yes. I will have, in fact, I'll have to extrude these more. Okay, in that case, let me grab every face that I need to extrude. That one, that one, that one, that one, and these ones. Okay. I can just do an extrusion and that should be fine. Don't need that much. Need to have a reference point though. That should be enough. Okay. I'll have to address a few things then. Select the extra edge loops and remove them. Oh, yes. It's doing, you know what? Clear the sharpness so I can see what I'm doing. The blue lines do not help. Okay. Let's do dissolve edges. Now I can do the sharpness again. Should be fine though. Smoothing 45.5 and apply it. Okay, let's do copy. technically I can take this and put it here. Okay, I can hide the original. Don't need to see the original. Still select edge, similar sharpness, and then we do crease. Okay, cool. Now if I add subdivision surface, some of their geometry is gonna be iffy, but that's fine. Let me increase this real quick. Because the geometry that it's not fine is the geometry that it's not triangulated. So triangulate faces. Get rid of the extra ones. Okay, let me do the same to these ones. Triangulate, then do quads. Okay. This, I think I will still need to crease few of the edges. So they're gonna be the corner, I think. The corners and some of the inside edges. These ones. When I'm gonna crease these ones, I need to not crease them that much, only enough to get to the to touch the edge of the geometry, because they need to still look rounded. Okay, that should be fine. Now I need to deal with these ones. So that one and that one, that one, that one, and that one. Can be the same for the bottom part. This one, this one, and this one. Okay, let me crease these one real quick. These ones could be creased completely. They need to be sharp. So I can literally mark them as sharp. Don't know why I didn't do that, but yeah. Same goes to these ones. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Why is that one is not creased? Okay, now they are creased. Okay, cool. Let's do these ones now. It's hard to see if I selected the edge or not. Okay. Sharp and then crease. Crease them edges. Yep, looking fine. At least as fine as it could be, because technically some parts are not looking correct. But that's fine. They're gonna be dealt with in a bit. Gonna apply this and go here. Set this to 0.03. Fix the poles. Do not copy the attributes and remesh. And that's pretty much it. That's all I needed to do. Technically, I can smooth things with the sculpting tool. Let me see what I can do about it. Keep that. That's fine. Let me get rid of this. I need. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Need to reduce the radius way too much. Something like that. Some smoothing here and there should do the trick. Also, why am I not using this? This way? Yep, okay, that works. It works, but not to the side, that's way too much. Yep. Most corners got smoothed. Actually, I might even do a remesh one more time. This time to 0.4, because I want the edges to be smoother than that. This should be fine now. Okay, cool. Now we have the books. I had the book. It's one book. It got all the details that I want, so I can do the baking. Let's save real quick, so I would have everything done. Also, I can just join the meshes. So that's gonna be for the high poly. This is gonna be for the low poly. Let's join that. Let's do book. That's the normal book. Side it. It's gonna be book underscore HP because it's high poly. Also, why on earth are these flipped? Let me select the flipped mesh. Control L, gonna select the length. Let's do mesh normal flip. Should do the trick. Okay. Cool. Oh, actually, I missed one. Completely missed one. Select mesh normal flip. It should do the trick now. Okay, just to finalize the look of the book, I'm gonna do another remesh. This should blending everything in the model. Okay, it's done. Should blending the corners to the other parts of the book. Okay. Now I need to flip these parts. For some reason they're not flipped. That makes it harder for me to do my job. So let's do mesh normal flip. Actually, 4. This is the low poly version of the book, and the other one is the high poly version of the book. Now, to the important part. I need to select the book and do shade smooth. Also, I need to select it, select the edges, select everything, and clear sharp. That's a very important part because I need to clear everything for the backlighter to work correctly. And now I need to do some UVs. Of course, that's not the boring part about this process. Okay. UVs are not that hard for this model, because basically what is gonna happen is me selecting all edges that I can select on each border. Actually, it's gonna be easier to do it this way. If I select these, actually, if I select this and select all the length one and then hide it, it would make it easier. Alright, need to now break up some parts of this UV. Let me break these two parts, mark. Actually, can I use this? Don't think it's gonna do the selection. Okay. Mark seams. Let's do the same here. This part of the process is the most tedious one, not gonna lie. Just tedious. But you have to do it. Needs to be done. Needs to be done indeed. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I think I selected all the ones that I did here. Let me check. Yes. Okay. Mark seams. That side is done. Now let's do this side. This side is actually super easy. I love ingons. You don't have to think about selecting things. You can just do it. Need to break this section to that one, that one, that one. The inside, I want to select this, nope, that one, and that one. Same goes here. Corner, corner, corner. Corner and corner. And mark seams. Okay, cool. Now I can do the rest of the book. Let's do that and let's hide the extra stuff. The outside of the book should be in one single piece. Then the papers should be in two pieces, in three pieces actually. I'd like to have the corners selected. Like seams. Cool. Now that part And mark seam, yes. And now I need to split the outside, yes. Mark seams, okay. I think that should be fine for the book now. So now hide everything and do quick unwrap. Angle based. Oh, actually, select everything. UV angle based. Okay, cool. Now I can select everything here. Use the packing tool to pack everything. Everything is packed. Actually, yeah, keep it as is. I don't care. It's fine. Now I need to do material, so do new material, book underscore material. Now the last thing that I need to do is to make sure that everything is centered. So need to do set origin to 3D cursor. That should put it to the center. Same to this. Origin 3D cursor, yes, okay. Now I need to export things out. So do FBX, selected object, select the low poly version, apply transform. You don't see the export window, but yeah, that's what I'm exporting it as. Okay, I need the base. So can I set it to triangle the geometry? Yes, I can. Okay, this is the book. Now the high poly version. Keep everything. Just add underscore HP. Bada beam, bada boom. Save everything. And now I can go to Substance Painter. Let's switch to that real quick. Okay. There you go. This should be easy enough. Let me grab the meshes. The props, book, the book. Keep everything as is. Yes. Okay. So we have a book. Let me adjust a few settings real quick. Okay. I'm gonna set this to 1K. Now, let's do the baking. I'm gonna set this to 2K. I'm not gonna do IDs nor thickness. Gonna do anti-aliasing I16. Remove that. Set this to HP because that's the suffix that I'm using. And let's grab the high poly, the version of the book. Let's do book, high poly. It should show up here now. And it did. I need to adjust a few things. Remove average normals. Then gonna decrease this till it barely touches the surface of the book. Barely. That would give the best results, from my experience at least. Now let's bake everything. And bada beam, bada boom. We have transferred the details of the high poly version to the low poly version. Let me check around the book so we would know that everything is good. It seems that everything is good actually. There are few issues, but I will let them pass. Okay. Textures. Let's do red leather first. So let me let's do leather. I need damaged leather. Let's try this one. Okay. There are some issues on the corners here. But that should be fine. We can keep the damage. See which part. Yeah, this part. Okay. This is using triplanar, right? Yes. In that case, let's do not the hardness. Oh, actually, it is the hardness. It should be. Okay, let me disable everything else just to be able to see just that. Oh. That is stretching, but the thing is, let me do it by UV projection. Okay, so by the UV projection should be fine. In that case, let me do 10 on that tiling. That should fix it. Yes. If I enable everything else back, that should be the letter of the book. Let me just compare it to the reference, just to make sure that everything is halal, everything is kosher. Good enough. Okay. I should make it a little bit more of brown by moving this up a bit. That should be fine. Okay, good. Now I need brass. Let's get brass. Damaged brass. Okay, let's put that on the top. And now, actually, let me put the brass at the bottom. To black mask. What black mask would do is to give me the ability to select which parts of the model the texture is gonna follow. So I'm gonna select that face, this face, the inside face. And good thing to do is to go to the color mode so I can see what colors are changing, to know specifically if I'm selecting the correct parts of the model or not. And I think I do. All of that should be good to go. Now I'm gonna do black mask on the brass, and I'm gonna do selection by object since the corners are separate objects. Just make things easier. Okay, that's good. Now the only thing that I need to make is the paper. The paper is technically, let me see. Well, paper, let's do that at the bottom. Oh, that actually works. That actually works. I only need to change one thing, I think. Yeah, the pages. Let's do this. Yeah, that controls the pages, but the issue is it's following the UV projection. I need it to follow triplanar, and I need to rotate this back to where it was. Something is off. You know what? Let's do planar projection. Okay, cylindrical would do, but there's something that is off. It's weird. because I want the pages to look the same. Okay, let me disable these, at least that one, just to make sure that I have this one done correctly. Okay. It's kind of weird. I want all the faces to be the same. No, let me rotate this way. Okay. Something is still off. Because even that I have that... is it because of the textures? I think it's this. Okay, now they are following the same pattern. Just do this much. That should be fine. Let me move this up a bit. That looks fine. Set back that. Let's see how it looks with the lighting and everything. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let me do one more thing. Sharpen mask. Let me put this at the top of everything. This would make the texture a bit sharper. I wanted to only affect few things. Okay, now I still need to do something with the brass. Technically, I need to print the embossing with the brass. That makes it that the brass needs to be on top, like the top part. Okay, here technically, what I used for what I used as the template for the 3D model would make it easier to do what I want to do right now, because I need a paint layer. Yes. Actually, I can do... No. Paint layer should be fine. Okay. Paint layer, and then I'm gonna grab the image that I made for the mask. Let's do that real quick. This is the mask. Drop it here. I want it to be temporarily for the current session. Or actually, for this project. Okay. Let's do alpha. And let's import this. You notice that now I have this as a mask. If I select the paintbrush, remove the alpha from here and double click this, now I have a version of this book. Now I just need to adjust a few settings here. So I want the alignment to be based on the camera and the size based on the viewport. Okay. See if I can line this up. It's not easy, but I will have to do it. That looks close enough, actually. You know what? If I'm gonna do that, let me see if I can... Oops, I messed up the size. Need to readjust. I think this should be okay, at least a little bit bigger. Should be fine now. Need to paint the bottom now. Okay, let's do the bottom. I need to flip this the other way around. It's not easy to line this up, right? It's kind of hard. Should be lined up. Not really. Yep, that is not good. I will have to readjust this size again. Or not, or not. I think I can get away with it. I think this should do. Yeah, that should do. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm gonna do one thing. The leather is way too much. Also, I'm gonna copy this, put it there, and I need to flip this. So I'm gonna do levels. Okay, let me just look at this. Hold up. Need to clear this mask. Clear mask, okay. Let me copy this. What's that? Levels. I'm gonna flip the mask. And now I can technically move things around. Okay. Yep, that's great. I need to do the same thing here, but I'm gonna do white mask. White mask makes it so the it's basically an inverse of the black mask. It makes it so the so the selected parts are not gonna use the texture. Actually, let me look at the mask itself. It's gonna be easier to do that because I want the paper to only affect the paper if it's not obvious. Okay, I think that works. We have the texture for the brass on top of everything. Okay, that looks good so far. Now I only need to do one more thing. I need to dirty up the book. Dirty up the book, I say. Let's try to do that very quick. So if I can do dirt. When I say dirty up the book, I mean to add like a layer of grime. And to do that, I'm gonna copy one out of one of my presets. And now I can make this darker in color. Still colored, but darker. And let's deal with this real quick. Actually, let's see if I reduce the amount that much. Let me move some of it, not all of it. Some of it should do. Okay. Keep the sharpness for that part. Let's do 0.5 for the sharpness, just to match the look of the gun. And I think that's the book, actually. It should be fine for the book. Let me just make sure of two things. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it as is. Okay, fine. Everything else should be fine. Okay, so this is the book. That's it. Let me save this for later. So the book. Okay. Now I need to export the textures so I can see them in Blender. So let's select the folder first. Sorry again, you can see this part since it's not captured. Book, folder named textures. Select that folder. I want the Unity standard because I'm gonna be putting this into Unity later on. Export everything, save the settings, and save this and exit. Now, if I go back to Blender, just to see how this model is gonna look. Obviously, it's gonna look different in game later on, but wanna see how it's gonna look in Blender first. Some beauty shots. You gotta have the beauty shots. Okay, let's do software. Let me switch to Blender. Okay, yes. Now I can do open recent. Oh, actually, can I keep it as a new project? Gonna import the geometry, right? Okay, I have the book. Now, if I go to shading, select the book, should see material and everything. Set that to 1. Now, let me grab the textures that I exported. These are the textures. So, normal map, set it to non-color, plug it into the normal. That's the normal. This is the color of the book. Drag that there. And of course I don't see it because I'm not selecting the shaded mode. Here is the smoothness / metallic, so metallic goes there. This needs to do invert color, yes, of course. Put that to the roughness. And this is the book. There is something a bit off about it, not gonna lie. I don't know. The lighting seems a bit off in some angles. I think it's fine. It should be fine, I guess. Okay, let me look at it here. Let's do... Cycle is good for looking at the details and if they match or not. Yeah, I think the normal map has something off. Yeah, I think it's flipped. Let me flip it real quick. To flip it, I need to do RGB curves, plug it in there, and do flip the green. Oh, hold up. No, I think I'm mistaken actually. It is fine. It's just that the embossing looks a bit off with the lighting, that's it. So if I need to fix it, I need to do it from the Substance Painter. It's fine though. For now, it should be fine for looking at things. But yeah, that's the book. That is in fact the book with everything that it needs to have. Corners, details, and everything. Let me save this to look at it. Okay, that's saved. Let me grab the model of the gun real quick and set it up to see how everything looks together. This one. Let me grab. I have. Oh, actually, no, that's fine. Okay. So I have the gun here. Let me hook it up to itself, so I don't have to manipulate many parts at the same time. I think the book should be bigger in terms of the size, so let me do that real quick. Let me make the book a little bigger, and when I say bigger, I mean I think a little bit less than that, but about this much, I think. Okay, let me put the gun top of it. I want it to turn this way, that much. This way, that much. No, that's way too much. Okay, move it. Let's disable the snapping. Still sound like that. Sound like this. Just to mimic the look of the cover. If I change the colors here. Yeah. Looks decent. Actually looks somewhat decent. So try a few more. Ooh, this one gives it a good lighting. Yeah, and this one also highlights what's wrong with the bake. I think I need to tweak the baking settings in Substance Painter. But it looks nice. It actually looks nice. Okay, there's something wrong with the gun for the texturing, and I need to fix it. So if I go to the shading here, I need to change this. I need to flip. Actually, hold up. Okay, so I need to flip the roughness. Let's do invert color, hook it up Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, this is technically how the gun should look. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have the book and we have the gun. So technically now, the only thing that is missing in regard of the main menu of the game, because I'm gonna be having the same setup in the main menu, is that I need some furniture and the room that the main menu takes place in. That would take care of that part. But it's not gonna be done that way. What I'm gonna be doing is that I'm gonna finish working on the enemy first, because I have started on that model. So what I'm gonna need to do is to finish the detailed version, then make the game version, the simplified game version, then do the textures. And that would take care of the model for the enemy. And then I'm gonna embark on making all the needed furniture and environment in one go. Technically, if I'm gonna split the streams, it's gonna be working on the furniture in one stream and then working on the environment in another stream, or maybe split the environment into a couple of streams, because the environment would take a little bit of time to do. Although both of those sessions wouldn't require me to bake textures, so the texture import is not gonna be taking any time of the whole thing. It's just that I need to model UV and apply materials to certain things. And with that, we'll be ready to import the graphics to the game, because I already, funny enough, I already have 90% of the coding for the game done, in terms of the initial part that I want to include in the demo. So when that time comes, pretty much, the game is going to be pretty much ready to be showcased fully. At least the demo part, of course. And yeah, let me have a look on who is streaming right now. Okay, I think I have someone to raid. Let's see. This guy is playing a very debated game. While it's one of the best games that were released recently in the recent years, and of course this year on PC, some people didn't like it because of obvious things. You'll know what I'm talking about when we do the raid. So let me do that real quick. The streamer name is Soulstrike. He's from the UK. I've been following him for a while now. Plays a lot of Tekken, a lot of other Souls games. So yeah, let's crash into his stream and say hi. Okay. Bada beam, bada boom. And yeah, see you all next time.